Hi, today is March 24th and it's 2020. I'm reading on Ernestine Pearson. She's a woman of color. She went missing out of Detroit, Michigan on March 17th, 2020, this year. She's 7 months pregnant, and I had been seeing her case. I saw it a couple times pop up while I've been working on my other ones. And again, that is the lovely wound vac, providing a very ambient sound for you all to enjoy if you like the sound of a whoopee cushion. Anyway, gotta get my lotion. Moisturize, it's important, people. Okay, now, she was seen apparently out last on, I think it's LaSalle, was it Boulevard? Yeah. On the, was it 11? Well, it doesn't matter. On LaSalle Boulevard in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. That's really about all I know. I have tried not to, once again, like fill my initial information, but just for basics. So I've got her birth date, which she's a Capricorn. Her birth date is January 1st, 1999. So she's 21 years old. Very young, my goodness. And I want to take a look at her case. And no matter what, you always want the best outcome for the person you're looking at in their case, and we want that for Ernestine. We'll pray for her, or send her positive, send energy, whether you want to call it prayer, meditation, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just please do it. Okay, I'm going to do another. I've been shuffling, but I'm going to do some more, just a little bit, not too long. I know I shuffle a long time, but I just like to feel like that person's energy, that I'm really concentrating it with the cards. Ernestine Pearson, out of Detroit, Michigan. Missing and pregnant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That one jumped out, huh? Okay. I have to remember how to orient myself here a bit because of the camera. Judgment. The card that popped out. Let's see. I'm gonna, this light. There we go. Now you can begin to, there we go, Judgment. So already we're getting a Judgment card. Oh, phooey. There we go. This is the card. Sorry, my nail. I've been trying to work on my chair a little bit while I've been here on the bed. Okay, so this is Judgment. And I feel like she's saying somebody did something to her. And I say that with all sensitivity, that for her family and her loved ones, but I feel like, I try to speak as if they're with me. I try to be respectful. This shows me that somebody's going to be held accountable. And certainly that would not, well, I'll continue. But that right away popped out before the reading, and as anyone who does cards knows, this, have to find my nail file. This is important. And right from the get-go, there we are, she's saying, and it is a woman of color no less, passing that judgment. And I'm not saying, even the angel is there saying, So I feel like we are tracking with her case. That wound vac is driving me cuckoo. So my apologies again for the sound. Gotta laugh or cry, or maybe a bit of both. But back to her. Back to Ernestine. This is the card that comes out. I think she's met with some sort of foul play, to be completely honest. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that card where you guys can see what I gotta find that nail file. I can't stand to have excuse me, I cannot stand to have even just the slightest bit under my nails. It just has always bothered me. So it's like, And sometimes even when you thought, oh yeah, I got that done, wash my hands, yeah. Check your nails, people. That's another good thing to point out. You know, when you're washing your hands, don't forget a good nail brush, and just use that one for yourself. And rinse it after you use it. Get under your nails, folks. Get under your nails. We don't often, because we're in a rush. Okay. That had to be done. I could not continue to film. Okay, so this is our pop-out card, so I'm going to put her back in the deck. That was Judgment. So the first card we get covering her is the Nine of Wands. And that is, I feel like, being attacked. I do feel like she faced some sort of assault. Okay, that's what's covering her, that energy, predator energy. That someone assaulted her. What crosses her is indicative of maybe an involvement. I'll just say this initially, of other people involved, more than one person involved. I don't quite get what this card means right now because of context, and I'm not a friend of Ernestine, so I don't know how this would apply in her life. But it's the Three of Pentacles, and this usually for me, when I'm dealing with missing people, can mean if they're missing because of violence, it usually means that there's a triangle somehow of three people that have to work together or work together. So there could be a nod with employment of some kind, but if that doesn't figure in the case, then it would indicate that what crosses her as a challenge are three people or more than one person that is working in concert, so to speak, toward a certain end or a goal. Could be indicating that this predator had help. Okay. I'm just gonna, let's see, how can I put this so you guys can see that better? Okay. But I still need room for the crowning card. Alright. The basis of the reading is justice. So we're also getting another card. Remember the card that popped out was judgment? This is, I feel like I am tracking on her case, okay? These two often follow suit when law is going to be looking at a case of at least violence and looking for justice for her. Already, just Spirit is saying there will be justice sought in this case because there's more than one person responsible. Okay. This thing that was brought into manifestation because we, just a reminder that Three of Pentacles, pentacles or coins, whatever they might be called in one deck or another, represent the earthly realm, and they represent manifestation. What is in the earthly realm? Well, people, buildings, things, jobs. And it usually pertains to people, money, jobs. What can be manifested here in our earthly realm, or people that are in it. And I believe this is looking at a situation with more than one person responsible, as somebody deliberately, I believe, assaulted her. And what crowns is the Fool. Okay? That could be her not expecting this. Not aware. Can also be indicative of the foolishness of the person taking this high risk of doing this and thinking they were going to get away with it. We'll see, because justice is here too, and justice is already like, you're not getting away with this. There's just, justice is able to get to this. And I don't know if the basis of why she was assaulted is because she was going to seek some sort of legal matter. She's pregnant. I don't know if she was trying to seek some sort of custody, child support, or anything like that. If there was anything legal going on with that, that might be a motivating factor for the person that did it. It usually is in cases where pregnant women are missing. And if something happens to them, often it is the father of the child or somebody connected that didn't want to have to be responsible for, frankly, the child. But I'm getting ahead of myself, and I don't want to just push my bias, despite it being a common thing, because you always want to keep an open mind. But I do feel like justice will be, right, is it so far it looks to me like there's going to be justice and there's going to be judgment. So let's look at the recent past. The Empress. That's her, I believe, pregnant. The Empress is the card of the fecundant female, and fecundant means fertile, for being able to manifest much abundance and abundance in the earthly realm. And that can be from nature and the health and the well-being, but typically this is the mother card, the card of mother, being the mother or the wife. It is a mother-wife type energy, and often used to, I think here, symbolize motherhood, pregnancy. But we'll see here. And it has a connection of, she ends up needing help here. This is the card of needing help. So maybe she was seeking some kind of help or assistance because she was pregnant, for her children, so that she could, if she had more than one, or at least for this child. She certainly ended up needing help. I think she was looking to, and there may have been a future date set or something legally here with this justice and the six. Because look, there's also, we also get the scales of justice and balance in this 6 card. The 6 of Pentacles coins. So this was, I feel like, okay. Let's look at the card. Yeah, okay, she's out. And she doesn't have, she's hurting for money, you know. So it wouldn't surprise me if she was seeking assistance from the fathers of these children or the father of this child. I don't know why I keep saying children. I don't know if she had more than one child. This may have been her first child for all I know. And that might be indicative here too with this is her first time experience with this as a mother. Maybe that's it too. I don't know. I'm not bothered particularly with too much with it. I'll keep it in mind. But what I'm definitely getting here is that we're looking at her needing, I think, financial assistance for some basic support. Okay, you know, her situation, and she's aware of it, was that she was going to need more money. It's not cheap to have a baby. Diapers and all this stuff requires money, and cutting to benefits and stuff for someone like her is devastating because they need the help. And so if as often men don't end up usually being responsible. They don't. And this is something that's a real problem. We don't have a society of responsible men. We have a society in many cases of grown boys that don't want to take care of the children they help to create. They're equally as responsible. And there's a certain type. And that is some selfish crap. If I had a son that did that, let me tell you, I would beat his ass. I don't know. I know that you can't make your children, once they get to be of a certain age, do anything, but I'm telling you, these young men that go out there and don't want to father and get a job and hey, you know, grow up. Sex isn't free of consequences for you, you know. You're going to have to take care. Might mean you have to get a job. Yeah, grow up, be a man. You're going to make a child, you can be a man. So she was in a hard spot, and she was looking to others in her environment financially for help. She was out maybe to meet someone or to figure out, maybe this 3 here is people this is the challenge, to ask them for help. Maybe she was looking to talk to a number of individuals that she thought might be able to help her. She was really in need of help. And she was trying to get it. And in her hopes and fears card, she has a Hierophant. And that is some concern to do with what societal norms puts out there. The rules of society. There's something about that. I think also may have been hoping for the. I also get like maybe hoping for some assistance, maybe from a church. Wasn't that she was really hoping maybe there? Not quite sure. She was going to look at, I believe, the assistance that whatever was out there that she could try to get to help her, because she was desperately in need of help. I don't know if she had a home or where she was living or how that was going, but this woman was really in need of help. And the final end result card is a King of Coins. And this is not in a positive aspect. This I believe is a person that is responsible. It's a man who is an adult male. He's a greedy you-know-what in this case, and he's selfish. He expects the world to revolve around him. Rules don't apply to him. And what he wants, he takes. Or so he thinks. He's so selfish, it's disgusting. This kind of King of Pentacles or coins is exactly the type of young adult man or adult man that I'm talking about, that only wants to have to look after and support himself. Only wants to have to worry about himself. And he's so selfish, he's just like a grown little asshole in a man's body. You know what? I really do wish that until a man was able and ready to do what he needed to do and support his children, and no matter what goes on with the mother, whether they stay together or not, I wish that, frankly, their junk wouldn't work. That their junk wouldn't work until they were able to do and willing to do that. That would save us all a lot. And I don't hate men, but I hate irresponsible men. And there's way too many irresponsible men that end up hurting women that come and ask them for child support when they've helped to create a child. So if you're going to take that risk, donkey, you better support the children that you have. I think this fool is him. He doesn't want any responsibility, and he is a child. He is, but not like a child. He does not want any accountability. He wants just a free adventure. An adventure free of responsibility. He can come and go and see and do what he wants as he pleases. That's who I feel is responsible for whatever has happened to Ernestine. He may have been one of three that she had in mind, that or places to go, or people that she was. I feel like she knew it was going to be a challenge to ask this person. But she wasn't asking for anything than more than wasn't fair. Just asking him to man up. Asking for help. I get the 8 of Wands with him. And the 4 of Wands, which is like something about, we're going to find out who he is. The public will find out who he is very soon. We'll get to know who is responsible for whatever has happened to her. Unfortunately, I think she's been assaulted in some way. the good news is it looks like the person of interest, the person who is responsible actually in this case, bomb right there. And I think we know why. Yeah, he's tried to run away from responsibility, but he's done it in the way of a coward. And this is how he deals with, he's a coward. This is how he deals with people. He's deadly. And he's ruthless because he wants to be the fool. He wants to be a fool. He wants to be a little boy. Doesn't want to be a man. But he thinks he is, and that's what's just a joke. So Ernestine, I think you will be getting some justice. Yeah, this is about financial support. A man supporting his responsibility of family. There may have been back support. And I think also this is now then if she was doing anything with the law in order to try to get that support, this could be the law then stepping in and making him have to do it. That's what I feel. So I'm going to leave it right there. I don't think I need to get into the details of what was done to her and all that. I'm not here for that kind of thing. Sometimes it comes up, but in this case I'm getting some kind of an assault. And the perpetrator, I believe, will be caught. I believe it is somebody that she sought help from, and she didn't seek anything more than what was fair and due to her, because she was in a very hard way. And she didn't ask for some huge amount of money. It's not like she was trying to gold dig or anything like that. She was asking him to be a man. It's a shame she have to ask. You know? It's a shame so many women have to ask. So I do believe things will be moving with her case. Keep a watch on it. Keep her family in your prayers and keep her spirit in your prayers. And that whatever the case may be, she is found and returned to her family. And if I think there's going to be need of the law and justice, unfortunately for her, because I don't feel like I was shown otherwise. I'm shown the law, and at least the good thing I'm being shown is law will be active on her case. I will look more at this regarding the law and how they're handling it later, but I just want to get this initial, because we're almost at half an hour, reading out first. And I'll take a look at how the law, it looks like the law is on it, to be honest, which is different from place to place. But I'm always concerned with people of color and people that aren't white or fit in the status quo WASP box. But it's good to see this. So I'm hopeful that she'll get law helping. And I feel like they're going to be able to trace this pretty easily. He's a fool, as I said. He's just greedy and tight. Didn't want to have to pay for his own child and be a man. That's what I see. Be praying for Ernestine.